Hey everybody. So people are asking for pictures of the tractor I was driving. Well, I'll do you one better. How about let's do a tractor tour. So this is who we call Magnum. She is about a 1998 Case IH 8930 Magnum Series tractor. We have a 12-foot hydraulic lift blade on the front of it. This is our primary snow clearing tractor. It's a front wheel assist, obviously. It has an 8.3 liter Cummins engine making about 180 horsepower. That doesn't sound like a lot, but when you weigh 20,000 pounds and you're only going 5 miles an hour, that's an awful lot of oomph. Also, torque is important. Horsepower is not really. The front tires and the inside back duals are full of calcium. Calcium chloride weighs like 18 pounds per gallon, gives an awful lot of weight. There's 200 gallons in each back tire, so that's a lot of weight. We need weight in order to get traction so we can pull things. You American friends, you will see that this tractor is unusual for you as it has no 3-point hitch. We don't really need that in my part of the country. We have no use for it, so none of the tractors up here really have it. This does have a dual PTO on it though, which is kind of unusual for a tractor this size. Usually they don't have dual PTO. They usually only have the single, either a big 1000 or a small 1000, but not usually the 540. So that's really about all to show people on the outside of the tractor. We'll go in the cab and I'll maybe put this camera down and we'll use the other two I have in there. We're gonna real quick try and show how this works and how to drive it. Okay, so just like most vehicles, it has a key. It's already warm, so the transmission in this is very different from what you're gonna find in a normal car. This has an 18 forward gears in its transmission, and this was the first tractor that Case IH produced that had a full power shift. The series before this, the series before this had a power shift between a couple of gears, but not the whole way. So it has a 3-speed transmission and a 6-speed, and it runs the two of them in whichever gear it feels like to get the full 18 forward gears, and then we have 4 gears in reverse as well. It has an automated master clutch, so you don't actually even need the clutch pedal down here. You don't really need it. I use it sometimes though because I can think faster than the tractor can. It has a hand throttle as well as a foot throttle, which is, oh come on, and it sticks sometimes because the tractor is as old as I am almost. So I have to lubricate that apparently. But anyways, that's really handy when pushing snow because you don't want to shift at really high RPMs. It's hard on the transmission. So hydraulics has 3 circuits. These 2 run the blade. This one lifts. I think I'm just going to put this other camera down in a minute. But so that one lifts. Pull it back. It comes up. Put it forward. It goes down. And then the other lever tilts the blade from side to side, which is pretty sweet. And so then to shift this, I usually do use a clutch. It's in park right now. So now we're in neutral. I'm gonna pick a forward gear and let the clutch out, and it's gonna take off, and then we can literally shift through each gear as we please with that, and then we can pull them all the way back as well. And I usually use the clutch if you're not gonna go right down to the bottom, and we're going to reverse over here. We're gonna back up a little slow, and we can back up a little bit faster, and back into neutral. 2 brake pedals, 1 for each tire. We'll show you what you can do with that. So we're gonna get out in the open here. And so if I wanted to make, say, a really hard turn to the left, and it's very slippery out here, so make a really hard turn to the left, we're gonna step on the left brake pedal, and we can turn really, really tightly. So this tractor also has front wheel assist and a rear differential lock, so it gives it unbelievably awesome turning abilities. And we have a GPS. I'm going to go much more into detail on this GPS later, especially come spring season, because that's this tractor's primary job. But really how it works, we have this little wheel here that runs against the steering wheel, and that actually turns the steering wheel on its own once I have everything engaged. But we'll get into that later. But that's the basics of how to drive a tractor. Steering wheel is obviously self-explanatory, and there are some other little details that a person would need to know if they're actually going to use this proficiently. But that is the very basics of how to drive this Magnum. This is one of my favorite tractors. The power shift, of course, is a good reason why it's one of my favorites. But it's pretty comfortable in here. I got a Bluetooth stereo in here. I got Bluetooth in most of our tractors, big speakers and stuff, because I spend a lot of time in here, so I like to be happy. So that's a quick walk around and quick drive through of my favorite tractor.